Hey everybody, how are you doing today? I wanted to talk a little bit about what you guys are putting into action for yourself this week. What is something that you don't like about yourself that you would fix if you could? And what I want to know from you guys is, how are you going to go about fixing it? Do you try once? Do you set a plan to retrain your brain? So as an example, if there's something that you don't like about yourself, let's say you jump to conclusions too quick, or let's say you shy away from things that are a little intimidating instead of investigating them and seeing if you can handle them or not. Whatever your worst quality is, how are you going to get past it? And how are you going to train your brain to move forward? So everybody starts their plan, but then they don't follow through. And the reason that they don't follow through is, example, let's say you jump to conclusions a little too quick. You now have to train your brain to slow down at the next event that comes up where you want to jump to a conclusion, and you need to slow your mindset down, give the opportunity to the person or give the opportunity to yourself to investigate it a little bit. And that's going to take some time. You're going to need to train yourself and practice that every day going forward. Don't just try it once and then give up on it, because you're never going to change yourself for the better if you do that. So one of the things that I set my mind to, it's like an alarm clock. If you go to bed at the same time every night and you set your alarm clock at the same time every morning, then pretty soon you start to wake up before your alarm clock even goes off, because you have trained your body to do that. And it's no different with your mind. If you start training yourself on whatever bad habits you have, me maybe tend to curse a little bit too much, then when the opportunity comes up and you find yourself doing that bad habit, you need to train yourself to stop. And that's going to take time. So give yourself grace and know that you can't just do it overnight and say, I'm never going to do that ever again. It takes repetition. It takes devotion on your part to stop doing those things. It takes devotion on your part to train your mind and change your mindset in a positive manner to head that off before it even gets started. When you feel yourself doing that bad habit again, then you can change the pathway and focus on a more positive thing, or shut it off completely. But that's something you need to train yourself to do. So I had a client ask me the other day, where and how do I even start on changing these bad habits? And it's simple to me to say, now that I've done these things for years, even getting through trauma and tending to instantly jump to being the brute, strong-minded person, no one's going to walk on me person. It takes a lot of training. So where I told her to start is, you want to come up with a plan. You need to write down the things that you want to work on. And as they come up, whether you pack a little journal with you or not, you need to describe the situation to yourself in the notebook and figure out a way that you can trigger yourself to cut it off. Example, if you jump to conclusions a little too quickly, then you want to write that reminder in your book and go back and visit it day in and day out so that you know what your plan is going forward. That's one of the biggest things that has helped me on retraining my mindset. Hi, Nancy. Hi, Ron. On retraining your mindset to get rid of that bad habit. That's the number one key, is to make yourself mentally aware of it and to revisit it all the time. So that's what I want you guys to start on today and make a plan going through this week. But be super aware of what things about yourself you would change, or the bad qualities that you do not like. Write them down, go over them. Has a lot to do with finding your self-worth and finding out who you really are, because those things that we do that we aren't maybe proud of all the time, The only way to fix those is if we're honest with ourselves and we write it down and come up with a plan to get rid of it or to slowly weed it out of our life. So a couple examples was the jumping to conclusion. Take a little woosah moment, breathe, investigate, that kind of thing. Maybe you cuss a little too much. Come up with a plan to stop yourself mid-conversation and change your words, change your mindset, and come up with better wording in place of that. And that's training. You guys set these goals, but you don't really set them in a way that is going to set yourself up for success. You say, okay, I want to stop jumping to conclusion, or I want to stop cussing, but you don't really train your brain to stop mid-conversation and go, I could choose better words for that, right? It takes time and it takes effort. So whatever quality about yourself that you want to fix, I want you guys to write down, and then I want you to write down how you're going to head it off. Example, when I get super upset about something, that's when the bad words start to flow, and I need to take a really big deep breath, slow myself down, and instead of rattling it off, find a better choice of word selection, right? So that's what I want you guys to work on today. And the reason I'm going about this is I was doing a training course in another group of ours that has to do with the Truth About Success book. And it was a 20-minute training on 3 key things in your life that can help turn your life into a more positive, exciting, feel-good life where you're not beating yourself up for bad things that are, either haunting you or weighing on you, or bad qualities about yourself that you don't like. Fix them, right? If you have bad qualities that you continuously throughout the years let yourself bring your mindset down and tear yourself apart, change it. And it is that easy. I'm not saying you can do it overnight, but you have to set a plan. So write those things down, be aware of it, and work on it. You can't get anywhere unless you write those qualities down and make yourself devoted to change. Otherwise, stop complaining about it, right? If you're not going to take action and change those qualities about yourself to make yourself better, then why are you here, right? We all want to do better in life. We all want to make ourselves feel better about ourselves. We want to raise our self-confidence. We want to feel worthy. And in order to do that, we really need to start at our weaknesses and our bad qualities and figure out a plan on how to improve them, right? Because that's where our areas are slacking. We don't need to go over our positive things and our greatest qualities all the time to build them up, because we don't need to have our heads swell, right? You need to start changing your life today on focusing on your weaknesses and the things about yourself that you want to work on. That's where you need to start. And once you start doing that and you start changing your mindset on that topic for the better, and you start slowly excluding that bad quality out of your life, you're going to feel so much better about yourself. I had another client that I was talking to the other day, and she was talking about having a bad tendency to go out and have, beverages with her friend, and then she feels really bad about how she acted and things like that. Okay, so set a plan. If you know that's your worst quality, set a plan in stopping yourself. Set a plan in heading it off and changing your path. Set a plan in going out and socializing without the beverages, even if it's less and less and less and less. If you can't do it cold turkey, that's fine. But the same thing about the bad quality about you. You have to retrain yourself just like an alarm clock, where you go to bed every night and get up every morning, and pretty soon you are going to train yourself to jump ahead of the clock, and it goes off at 6 a.m. and 5 a.m. or 5:30 you're bright-eyed and ready to go. You can change any quality about yourself the same way. It takes devotion, it takes repetition, and It takes you having a positive mindset of, I can do this, because you can. Anybody can. But the people that I work with and the coaching that I do and the trainings that I do, I really push for you guys to dig in deep and be honest with yourself and find the qualities about yourself that you like and the ones that you don't like. And start working on the ones that you don't like, and let's change them. Because that is how you're going to live a happy life. That is how you're going to add value to your life. That's how you're going to feel worthy of everything in life that you deserve, because we all deserve greatness. We just don't know how to get there sometimes. And people that have been through traumas or childhood traumas or adulthood traumas or medical traumas, you know, I deal with an autoimmune disease and I fight every single day of how good am I going to feel today? And what can I get accomplished today? And instead of saying I feel like crap today, I go, okay, I might get a little bit less done today, but think of how much I can get done tomorrow or the next day on my days that I feel really good. You have to change your mindset and be more positive on it. So that is my tip today for you guys on your journey to live in a happy life and working on finding your self-worth and building your self-confidence. I feel like it's super important to be very honest with yourself and start at your weakest qualities or things about yourself that you don't like, whether it's cursing too much, bad habit of mine, whether it's jumping to conclusions. Train yourself to slow down a little bit and find a better path. Okay, everybody have an amazing day. Hi, Mike. Hi, Nancy. Hi, Ron. Everybody enjoy the beautiful sunshine because it's amazing outside today. I will talk to y'all tomorrow.